Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Man, I just pushed it.
Well, that hurts.
So a tester from 4 feet.
That is a solid par putt. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's going to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Now playing the second here at par 4.
Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club, all very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. Second shot. at a lie like that, seriously. You could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds there, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
$2 tomorrow.
What?
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. New course to most of the golfers on tour, this challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today we're along the east coast of Maine, which learned with Frank Nava
to get $5
the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brian Patel. They really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes. And you'll see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there, right down. Here at the par 5, his second shot.
Just the lie, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now his third, staring right at the green. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it to a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. We are on.
Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's a big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right, so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
That's good. I liked it. It tastes like a powdered chocolate donut.
He is just unbelievable. Never deviated off line.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
There's another one's in there. Like this.
Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality. Frank, that is absolutely demoralizing. Big number, a double bogey at this stage of the tournament. The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face? It was like a cannon. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on a plush carpet.
Rich, if you and I had lives like that every tournament, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Terrific golf.
birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. Let's putt for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
I like the looks of this one.
No chance of going in.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. That is some good work right there. Birdie, one shot closer to the lead. Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you protect it here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunker's all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits. And you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Third shot, looking for a good one.
There's a big green, and there's every inch of it.
Try it next.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. We've made it at last to the 18th, partner. What a finishing hole.
It is. It's a tee shot you have to respect. That fairway goes on that sort of 60-degree angle towards the left, so you have to know how far you fly the ball, and of course you can't afford to miss hit your tee shot. But a good tee shot. Let's talk with positive here. Good tee shot in the middle of the fairway, just going to leave you a short iron, and an excellent chance to finish with another birdie.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books. And look who finished top of the leaderboard.
Rich, this has to go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.
Since he's dead, somebody wants something sweet. Here you go. Donuts. Who doesn't love about when people want donuts? Then I came up and she was like, no. I walked in and got these damn cookies thinking that back when you want free. Shit cost me $20.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Action resuming early on the back nine. Let's go to hole number 11. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
Now, when you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right. What a great shot.
You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good chance at one. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the Par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet.